How many of you have ever thought that there's just not enough time to get everything done that you need done throughout the day? You go to bed and wake up feeling just as frantic and drained as you did the night before. Today, I will be informing you exactly what stress is, the harmful effects of stress onto your body, and how to cope with stress. Did you know that approximately 2/3 of all family doctor visits are actually from stress-related symptoms? This means that over half of the time that you're going to the doctor is actually not because of a yearly routine checkup or because you're sick from having a cold or flu. It's actually just stress-related symptoms. So as you can tell, this is a huge problem in our society. I too have been impacted negatively by stress. So I hope that these steps that I'm about to present to you will help you to reduce the negative impacts of stress in your own life. Before we explore the harmful effects on our body and how to cope with stress, we must first identify exactly what stress is. And according to Christian Nordquist, stress is the emotional and physical way that we respond to pressure. And this is just simply saying like how we respond to things and our perception on exactly things that happen to us, how we deal with them. First off, there's not really any common symptom between stress. Everyone deals with stress differently. But some common symptoms for most people would be trouble sleeping, racing thoughts, irregular heartbeat, difficulty breathing, lack of motivation, and feeling completely overwhelmed. With stress, there can be good and bad stress. According to the Holmes and Ray scale, the death of a spouse is the most stressful event that can happen to a person. And that is the #1 rating, and it gives it 100 points, which is kind of funny because right underneath that, at number 7, it would be getting married, and that is with 50 points. And basically what these points represent is how likely you will have a stress-related disorder in the future. You add up all the numbers that you've experienced in your life, and then that tells you, again, how likely you will have a stress-related disorder. And again, stress can be good or bad. An example with good stress, it helps you perform well under pressure. And with bad stress, it actually can lead to chronic stress, which is where the life-threatening situations problem and the health problems that we see. So when you're constantly under stress, this poses as a serious health problem. As I stated earlier, we have emotional and physical effects from stress. And we're going to start with the emotional effects. And some of which include anxiety, lack of motivation, and depression. Anxiety and depression are more caused from the chronic effects of stress, but basically what that's telling you with depression, that causes a huge problem in society because not only does that give you lack of motivation, which adds to more stress, but 15% of those who are depressed will actually commit suicide, and that's not taking into account for those who attempt suicide. So as you can tell, that it causes a serious problem with stress. A physical effect from stress would be headaches, sleeping problems, and heart problems, in which the heart problems can result from blood clots, high blood pressure, and also a heart attack. So since these are all serious life-threatening problems, to eliminate this, there are some tools that we can learn to create to help cope with stress. And as I said before, there's not one way that everyone copes with stress, just like there's not one common symptom. But here's some basic coping mechanisms to help you. First off, we need to identify our stressor. And this actually is necessary in all steps. We need to know what is stressing us out so we can help deal with that problem. And a way that you can identify your stressor is through a stress journal. And basically what the stress journal is, it's a collection of all of your events that has posed as a stressful event in your life. And that way you can narrow it down and actually see common themes between what stresses you out. And also it actually releases the negative thoughts inside your mind and transfers them into paper so it's not stuck with you. Also, you can get counseling, and if you're not comfortable with a professional counselor, you can also just seek advice from a family member or a trusted friend. You can also cope with stress by taking care of your body. First, we're going to go ahead and look at how sleeping affects stress. the average adult needs between 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night, and this will help us to promote healthy lifestyles throughout the next day. We'll be able to exert the energy that we need to be able to perform. Next would be our proper diet, and we've all had that time where you had a meal and after you ate it, you felt absolutely horrible and you were completely sluggish and tired the rest of the day. And by eating a proper meal, it actually gives you the proper nutrients and the energy that you need to complete tasks. So that's another huge stress reliever throughout your day, because you have enough energy to perform everything that you need to get done. Lastly would be exercising. And with exercising, it actually releases the stress hormones, and then it replaces those with endorphins, and then that actually gives you the feelings of the happy feelings that releases throughout your body. So again, that's a huge stress relief. And lastly, we just need to relax. And basically, with relaxing, it's just to have fun. And there's a time where you need to get things done, and then there's a time where you can't take things always so seriously. And you need to be able to have a great balance between the two. And also with relaxing, you need to just learn to be able to accept the things that you cannot change. Because in life, there's a lot of things that are out of our control. So we have to just learn to breathe when those things, when the things that we cannot change take place. With these small tools, you can quickly begin to manage your stress a little bit better. Again, we need to first identify our stressors, and then we can make those minor changes to reduce these symptoms in our life. Again, in conclusion, I want to state that no one is exempt from stress. It's impossible actually to live a stress-free life, and we need stress to actually live. But stress actually does not have to control your life. But by these tools that I have informed you with, it's a way to help eliminate the unwanted stresses in your life. Thank you.